Well, a lot of people consider Nokomis just a quiet residential community, but once it was a thriving commercial district. ABC7's Linda Carson has more in a place we call home.
Local historian Dorothy Corwick will be the conductor on the Venice Heritage Historic Trolley Tour. You'll learn about the first pioneer settlers, Jesse Knight and his family.
Jesse's original double pen log home would have been north and slightly to the west of where we are now.
Jesse was a lay preacher and at first held services in his home.
Then he built an open-sided thatch roof place that he gave services in. Then he built a very small little building that he held services in. Then eventually he built a larger one that actually had a bell tower and stained glass windows.
The church was destroyed in 1926 by a hurricane. A new church was built in 1927, and this church was completed in 1979. This was a thriving area. It was first officially named Venice, and the Venice Post Office and the Venice Depot were here. It had everything.
The first church, the first school, the first cemetery, the first hotel, the first movie theater.
The little city was built around a main street that ran through the heart of town.
It started to change when the original 9-foot road from Sarasota to Venice was widened to form the Tamiami Trail. It was then a 2-lane road with parking on either side and commercial buildings on either side that people frequented, including a grocery store, a hardware store.
But as the Tamiami Trail was widened, it cut the town in half. Then Mrs. Bertha Palmer got the Venice Post Office and Depot moved south, nearer to her, and kept the Venice name.
The residents of the former, or the old Venice, had to select a new name for their post office and their railroad depot, and eventually they decided on Nokomis.
The name comes from the Longfellow poem, Song of Hiawatha. Nokomis was the grandmother. The tour will take you by historic buildings.
You'll see the Trail Inn, which has been modified slightly, but it's still there. You'll see the original Venice Nokomis Bank building that now houses a restaurant.
And the Jesse Knight Memorial Cemetery. And these are the graves of the original settlers, Jesse and his wife Carolyn Knight. Much of our history is lost, but very much remains with us. You can see it for yourself on the Nokomis Trolley Tour on October 28th. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.